Hello, this is Love Loser, whatever, my channel. My name's Ryan, but I'm going to be showing you how to make a Yu-Gi-Oh deck, a decent Yu-Gi-Oh deck. First off, I'm going to give some tips. Well, one, this doesn't involve the effectiveness of your deck, it involves the protection. I would get some card sleeves, doesn't matter what color, I just got blue at my local hobby store, and a deck box, if you don't have one. Most people do if they play Yu-Gi-Oh like me on a constant basis. And a little side deck. I usually put my side deck in protectors, I keep all of them in there. I don't have that many cards. I just started playing not too long ago. But, yeah. First off, for just a regular deck, this isn't for like any specific deck like Infernities, all those special decks out there. This is just for people making decks, whatever, regularly. And I want to show you guys my deck and what it is. I'm sorry if the title is a little misleading on how to build a good deck. I'll give you tips on how to build a good deck. It also depends on what deck you want. But I'm going to show you what kind of deck I have and how I built that. But first off, I'm not saying that my tips are great. I'm not the best duelist. My deck's decent, and I can beat someone that has a decent deck too. And I'm still missing some cards out of my deck. I'll tell you later what I need and what you guys should have if you make a deck like mine. But yeah. First off, you want to have some decent commons, and I don't mean like. And don't base them all off of attack. Like, I've seen a lot of videos lately where people are just like, put this common in here because he's got 1900, 1900 attack. And this one in here because he's got 1800. Sometimes you want a few of those. I'm not going to lie. But you also, you only want like one or two maybe, or three. A decent amount. Maybe a little bit over that. That's a little bit low. Depends on what deck you're running. But you also want to have some like cards with good effects. And also depends on what deck you're running again. This is just for like a standard deck. I'm giving you tips for a standard deck because I only have one deck. But you want some of those. You don't want a lot of high level monsters. You want some. But remember, you need sacrifices for those high level monsters. So, if you've got a bunch of high level monsters in there, what are you going to do when you need to get one out? You're going to be screwed. Two, get monsters that have effects that let you special summon other monsters, because you can have as many special summons as you want in one turn, and only one normal summon. Bring out a card, use things that let you special summon, it's always a good thing to be able to special summon. Remember 40 cards is the minimum in a deck, 60 is the maximum. I try and get some synchros. Like this. This is my only well, no. I've got three. Let me set on the camera. I know this is crappy camera work. I'm doing it on my iPod. I don't have a tripod to hold this up or anything. Of course, it's an iPod. You don't really. That's my Malefic Paradox Dragon. I run a Malefic deck. This is the only synchro for it right now. Because they're fairly new. I have a Stardust, which doesn't really go with my deck, but I have it, and a Shooting Star Dragon. And Cyber End, but that's because there's a card in my deck. I'll tell you what Malefics are about. Sorry, I'm gonna set down the camera while I put these back in, or over here, whatever. But yeah, I can't bring out Shooting Star Dragon because you need a Synchron level 2 tuner, and Stardust is the reason why I have Stardust is I'll tell you later. But yeah, those are the like little tips, for building a regular deck. You want to have some sacrifice. And also, I almost forgot one thing. Traps and spells. You need traps and spells that, like, get rid of magic cards, because your opponents can screw you over that stuff. Put cards back in your opponent's hands, like instants, like traps. Destroy cards, negate attacks. All that good stuff. And make sure if they're legal or not. And, yeah, and that's always a good thing, because if you go up against people, when you go in a tournament, you have some illegal cards. If you go up against your friends and stuff, they're going to complain to you that's illegal, and they're going to get mad at you. If you go to tournaments, well then, that's just going to screw yourself over because you paid money and then you're going to lose money for being disqualified. I don't do tournaments, so I'm not that good. It's just, sometimes it's good whenever you're going to somewhere that's got a lot of duelists. Have some tradables. Mine aren't anything special. I got them out of the 10. My shooting Star Dragon's a tradable because I don't need him. I can't summon him. But I need my Stardust. But, yeah. But, this is my deck. This is a Malefic deck. Now, the point of Malefics, sorta, is to get out really powerful monsters really easily. Let me give you a good example. I mean, they've got Malefic Red Eyes. He's a decent example. He's got 2400. Basically, you don't need sacrifices for these monsters. I'm like tearing my deck apart here to show you guys. Fine example. Blue Eyes, Malefic Blue Eyes. 3000 attack, 3000 defense. Just like the original card, you know. The regular Blue Eyes is 3000 attack, 3000 defense. 8 stars. Only difference is its name and its effect. The Malefic's effects are basically to put a Malefic on the field, you have to remove from play the original card from your deck. So basically, you set him on the field, you go through your deck, you remove from play a Blue Eyes White Dragon, and you set him down. In order for him to stay alive on the field, you need a field spell. Malefic World. I've also got a Mystic Plasma Zone in here and a Mountain and 2 Terraforms. Terraform lets you bring a field spell from your deck to your hand, so very helpful. What I need in here is Field Barrier. Field Barrier makes it so they first have to destroy your Field Barrier, then they have to destroy the Malefic World. So it protects it. And I really need 2 of those. I ordered some, and so yeah, those will help me a lot with my side deck over here so it doesn't get mixed up a lot. My deck is successful somewhat. I just started building it since last Saturday, so it's decent for that amount of time. Now, basically, to make a Malefic deck, you need the original cards. Like I said, you have to remove from play, you know, the original Blue Eyes to summon him, and you need a field spell. Coming back to Malefic World, which is the field spell for this deck, if you buy the card pack, which is the Bonds of Time 3D movie pack, whatever, that has the Malefic cards. And just about everyone has a Malefic World. I've got 3 of them. And it's good to have 3, definitely. You always want to try and get one. That's why I have so many field spells, because you need them to keep these guys alive. But Malefic World lets you go through your deck. It lets you skip your draw phase, go through your deck, pick out 3 Malefic cards. So let me give you an example. I go through my deck, find these 3 guys, bring them up. My opponent gets to choose one randomly. Say he chooses that one. It goes to my hand, and the other 2 go back in my deck, and I shuffle. Now, stall cards, or whatever. Like I said, you need commons. In this deck, my commons are the, you also need a Lord E, because this is practically a dragon deck, and you know, that Lord of D protects dragons from spell and traps, you know. Say I've got a Dark Blade in here. He's a stall card. Say if I don't draw a Malefic monster or a field spell that I need. Gemini, Elf. I pretty much focused on just regular commons don't have good effects, because this is basically like a beatdown deck. He's got 2000 defense. He's a stall card, basically. Hidden Spell helps because I can bring 2 spells from my graveyard, put them back in my deck. So say I'm running out of field spells because my opponents keep destroying them. I'll probably be dead by then, but I can put them back in my deck, you know, and draw them again. I've got some 1-star tuners in here, so I can bring out my Stardust. Paradox Dragon. This is a really good synchro because let's say I've got a Blue Eyes Malefic in my hand. Blue Eyes Malefic. Malefic Blue Eyes, whatever. And the only Malefic tuner is Malefic Parallel Gear. Say you put him on the field, then you can automatically synchro from your hand due to his effect. When using this card as a synchro material monster, the other synchro material monster is 1 Malefic monster in your hand. So that's 8 stars. Malefic Blue Eyes 8 stars. Parallel Gear 2